Well, Coasters, what a pleasure it is to be in Greymouth here today, and to be sitting down with Tony Sullivan, who's one of the partners in Hannon and Seddon, and has been, I must say, for a long time. And Daffodil Day, and beautiful daffodils right around the office, Tony.
Yes, there are.
The girls have done a great job.
Yeah.
It was an absolute privilege for me to be contacted by one of your office ladies, and she said, David Carruthers is going to retire. How about doing something special for him? Now, David and I get on really well, and I thought we can do something here.
Yes.
So, Tony, big law firm, it's a shame to see David leaving Guinness Street, which is, and the history in Guinness Street. Do you follow the history with the lawyers?
Yes, yeah. Well, I was aware that he was actually renting a house on this site when he first came to Greymouth,
Right.
which is pretty amazing. And then he moved to two other offices in Guinness Street during his time, Guinness and Kitchenham, and then his own firm he formed with Peter Carruthers and Wetherall. So yeah, Guinness Street's been a big part of his life.
And of course, Guinness Street in Greymouth and West Coast law history has got, is it 4 judges?
Yes, I think 4 judges, and it's probably named after Sir Arthur Guinness or one of his family, who was a Speaker of the House and a lawyer also. So a lot of history in Guinness Street.
And I recall Doug Tucker,
Yes.
who was
Yep.
held in very high esteem.
Yes, John Cadenhead was another.
I played tennis with John Cadenhead.
Yeah.
What an awesome fella he was.
Yes, yeah.
Now, David's been with you a couple of years, and he told me during the interview that I did with him that it's actually been the 2 happiest years of his life in law. And he said it was because of the expertise that floated around the office and those things. What's your view on that?
Well, it was interesting how it all happened. I heard on a Sunday night that there'd been a fire at the local Indian restaurant, and I thought about it, and I knew David's office backed onto it, and then someone rang me and said that Carruthers and Wetherall had been smoked out and there'd been some fire damage. So I rang David that evening and said, he told me what had happened, and I said, well, look, we've got offices out the back that have just become vacant. The mining consultant had just left a couple of weeks before. If you and Peter want to bring your gear in and catch your breath, you're very welcome to. So they took us up on that offer. Our office smelt of smoke for quite a while until that sort of wore off, and so they quietly got up and running for 5 or 6 weeks, or it might have been a couple of months, and then they approached Colin and myself and said, look, we're at the point now, age-wise and office-wise, where starting again would be quite a big thing. We don't have premises, as you know. How would you feel if we came in with you? So within a few hours we'd nutted out something that suited both of us, and it's worked really well. They're both different personalities, both have different senses of humour, but we've really enjoyed our time with them. And we have a lunchtime meeting every Wednesday between the fees earners. There's normally 6 or 7 of us in here, and a lot of good banter across the table, and that makes the work so much easier. So it's been a real pleasure to have both David and Peter here. And David's realised now that it's probably time to move on, but we're very sorry to see him go.
Well, isn't it great though that, look, he's in really good health. Fiona,
Yes.
she's in great health.
Yep.
They've got grandchildren. What a perfect time.
Yes.
To
move on.
Yeah, to move on.
And it's interesting. Like, we're a small law community here, but you don't really get to know the other lawyers well, other than professionally, until you work with them. And David's very active. He's got an e-bike. Him and Fiona go caravanning a lot of weekends. They might only go to Punakaiki or Lake Brunner. It might not be far. They've got blow-up kayaks, which they use a lot in the lakes and rivers. They're big gardeners. They've got a huge garden. He's a big reader. He does a lot more deep reading than I do, so we've had some great chats about philosophy and religion and things, and it's been a great chance working with David to get to know him. We've been to conferences together, so you're doing the plane trips and the car rides together over the Alps, and you're ready to get to know someone a lot better than you certainly did when they were in another firm.
Tony, how many years have you been in law?
Well, I came in late. I was 25 when I went back to law school. So,
Oh, an old fella.
yeah.
Oh, goodness me.
I couldn't have done it straight out of school. I wouldn't have had the stickability. But
Yeah.
as a mature student, I managed it. And so I joined Hannon and Seddon when I was about 29, 30, I think. So, yeah, I've been in the law for about 35 years now.
Goodness me.
Yeah.
Well, I guess this is a time to celebrate. David's been a big part of your law community here, or
Yes.
the coast law community.
Yep.
And of course, he's our deputy mayor in Westland and doing extremely well.
Yes.
It's made such a difference. And so thank you so much for your time. If you had a very short thing to say to David and Fiona, what would it be?
Well, look, enjoy your retirement. You're a great couple. You've got great interests. I forgot to mention they both paint. One of the prize paintings I've got is one of Fiona's. She caught the Craigieburn Range exactly as I saw it, and a lot of other painters like Austin Deans couldn't do that. David's a very accomplished painter. They're physically active. They love travel. So you just really enjoy your retirement and keep at the politics, David. You seem to do that well.
Well, Coasters, that was Tony Sullivan, one of the nicest guys you'll actually come across. I've always he's just a very down to earth. He's a nice guy, and we'll catch you later.